one. This is kind of, I guess, well, it's kind of random, but not random. So if you've been following us for the last couple of weeks, we've been going live. We've been talking sneakers. We've been talking superheroes. We got a great show today. Actually looking to see what's going on with this real quick. Got a great show today. We'll keep it tight. We'll keep it fast. And it's a lot going on. I want to start off by giving a quick shout out before I introduce our usual guest, our buddy Nick, aka Shoemaker. I want to give a shout out real quick and send people over to the Nerd Initiative Comics team to start things off. All kinds of personal records today for the brand, for the category. There was basically a review on New Comic Book Day every hour on the hour. Ken, who is the editor-in-chief of comics, absolutely crushing it. And the staff, the squad behind that, just absolutely just killing it. So just wanted to start off by giving them a shout out. And, thanks everyone who is checking it out, following along on that journey. I mean, wow. But
bro, you need sound effects, bro. It would be so awesome if we had
seriously.
Can I be the sound effects guy? I have to look it up. I'm gonna see
okay.
We're gonna make it.
You be the engineer. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'll be here. That'll be me.
But if you have, so hit the QR code. If you haven't checked out our comic section, please check it out. Ken, who you guys probably know as ODPH Ken, from the Ocho Duro. It's so hard to say his full. The guy's got an amazing podcast, but he's also, I think, I want to venture to say he's even in better editor-in-chief for comics. The guy has built something truly amazing, and we're just grateful to have him. So had to give a nice shout out. If not, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. Scan the QR code, go over there. We are getting, it's Marvel, DC, Image, IDW, everything you could think of, Boom Studios. And they are dedicated. They are fans. The reviews are second to none. Artists, writers, everyone, quoting them, tweeting them, sharing them. So it's kind of amazing what they've built. And I will shut up on that now. So let's get into sneakers. So I'm going to pull this down. And last week, we announced that we had dropped the new, we can call them the good guys. You can call them the Chuckies. You can call them the new variation of the Baker Lows, because there's a lot coming. You can call them the Child's Plays. There's a lot. So we dropped them last week. People have been losing their minds because of them. And how has been the response for you? I mean, Nick, you posted a video that absolutely went insane, and it was really short, just kind of showing it off. And I think there was people were dropping their sizes and be like, I need these. This is crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
The response has been dope, bro. And even I love the fact that we can incorporate the animation, because we're tying that world into it as well. Because I know Monk has been having a crazy time making that. And I didn't even realize the video went viral until I think you just shot me a text. He was just like, yo, that video is going crazy. I was like, okay. I went back and checked. I was like, oh, this is it caught me off guard, because I wasn't expecting for it to do that. And so, yeah, the response has been dope. Now we're hitting, this is the last week.
Yeah.
This is the last week. And so Friday will be the end of the pre-order. So right now, the price is at $300. And so I increased it 50 from last week, just because I really want to honor the people that's jumping on board early. That's give them their flowers in subtle ways, really. Just I appreciate the early birds. And so if you pretty much checked in last week, you got it for $250. Now it's $300. But we talked about it before we hopped on. We're going to offer that $50. What is it? Nerd 50.
There we go. Wait, hold on. Let me. I have this queued up and ready to go. We'll leave this up the entire show. So if you're watching, we have to get the QR code. If you're watching, head over to Nick's site, Shoemaker. Here's the QR code. Makes it super easy to jump on. Head over there. Basically, we'll get it for the price that it was if you had gotten it from day one. So,
and it's only today though, because
literally, is it today or I was figuring it's the end of the show. It's done. It's It's like a
Pretty
QVC
much.
type thing. Like this is it. Like
So I made it so it turns off at 10 p.m. So just
okay.
in case people hop on and they watch the video, but 10 p.m. it's over because tomorrow we're going to be dropping it on network, and that's when it gets exposed to their audience, which is I forgot it's somewhere in like whenever I do a network drop, it's like in 1,000 sometimes, right? So
Wow.
so
Yeah.
like I'm considering increasing it to 350 on there, but right now we're going to keep it at 300, but you get $50 off until 10 p.m. If that makes sense. I don't know if I
Oh
think
yeah. So we'll do it till 10 p.m. Eastern. Now, for those who don't know, right? I love some of these photos too. For those who don't know, what can show through? This is the best one. What is network, right? So I think a lot of people like, I like to bring out the reporter in me. Like, what is network? For those who don't know, so that way they understand like what we're talking about.
Are we talking, bro? I was trying to get the sound effects button to work, bro. I'm over here pressing.
You're taking this seriously.
Yeah, like nothing's happening. Hold on. This is so disappointing. Okay, so network is kind of like it's a like what is it, QVC? What is that the name of it? Like it's kind of like that, but more so for like streetwear. Yeah, so like I did like a few drops last year, and so this would be my first drop this year on network. But we're actually going to be offering a Baker Low, which would be the Child's Play.
Awesome. I'm trying to pull up an image for people, and of course, yeah, here we go.
It's not happening, bro. I'm so disappointed.
So it's kind of like a goat, kind of like almost like a streetwear type sitch. Let me see if I can't pull this up for folks. So this is a big deal for those who don't know. I mean, it's huge. It's pretty awesome. And so, yeah, I mean, I'd venture to say it's important to act now. This is some shots of network, I think, to act now before it hits this platform. And then it's just kind of like going to be kind of.
And if you want to get notified, I mean, it would make more sense to do it now. But if you want to get notified, I can send you the link, so we can actually like shoot out an email blast. I can shoot you the link.
Oh
so, yeah. So that pretty much like they can go there and actually watch the show. So like it's a live show that we'll be talking about the shoe concept behind it. And then even I know we discussed like raffling off the drip Chucky doll in the bag, or just giving it to you because I know how much you want the
No. Yeah. Stop that right there. Yeah, we're gonna explain why I'm so terrified.
Hey, bro.
I mean, not for obvious reasons. I mean, so this is for a fan. That's an amazing prize because one, it is a incredible doll. You also like made it kind of a like unique and original with the drip kit, which is I can't wait to do that to shoot, man. I cannot wait to get my pair of Chuckies and like host a video live stream of us doing that and making them unique.
Probably should do it Friday. I got the other one that needs to be drip. Yeah, bro. Look at that, bro. Those sneakers, bro.
So did you drip the face too?
Yeah, I dripped his hands and everything.
Dude, that's like terrifying. It is. Hold on.
Yeah, he definitely had a different stylist back then. Sweet.
So let's get into so as I always promise, there's going to be a little bit of like a story, of content, of education behind these things. We're not just selling sneakers. We're giving you something of value to walk away. Well, the sneakers are value, but we're giving you like information to walk away and be like, oh, I didn't know that. We're going to tell the story of Chucky and Child's Play a little bit real quick.
Actually, I didn't know this, bro. Like you caught me off guard with this.
This is why, look, again, I want to make it clear to everyone out there. I am not only superstitious and respectful and everything else across the board. And you'll understand why in a second of why I'm saying that. So to Chucky, to the doll, the true story that the doll is based on, like nothing but respect. And there's a reason for that. And I am not stirring up any spirits. So let's get into
bro, there's nothing. There's no spirit in that doll, bro.
All right. So we all know full respect. That's all. I'm gonna keep saying that over and over again. If this goes viral for the terrified host who's like consistently saying like, I don't care as long as I feel secure and safe. So basically, everyone knows Child's Play. I mean, if you don't, here's the background. Obviously, it's a movie that came out in the 80s. And since then has been, let's take the QR code off for a hot second. So since then we've had 8 total. So in 88 was the first Child's Play. Then we had 2 and 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky. It went on and on and on. And for those who don't know, the backstory is essentially, you know the story. Basically, a kid gets a doll. Right here. This kid gets a doll. He's a good guy. It's supposed to be this incredibly happy doll for this kid. It's a great gift. But a serial killer in his dying breath puts his soul into the doll. And so from then on, this doll who still looks very, very terrifying there to me, but quickly becomes this.
It's like a fat baby. A cute little fat baby.
There's nothing cute about that doll.
I've seen babies that look like that. That's the thing, though. Like I've seen babies look like that, and you just gotta say it's a cute baby. Yeah, you can't really say opposite. Like that's a cute baby.
So
a fat cute baby.
Nothing cute about that baby. So or that doll. So you get the premise of the story. It's pretty terrifying. I probably should watch it now because I haven't watched it in years, and maybe a little less terrifying than it is.
I hear trauma behind that voice.
There's a lot of trauma, dude. This is one of the scariest things. There was a movie that came out a few months to a year ago called Megan. Did you see that?
I haven't seen it. Like it's popped up, and I don't know if I want to watch it. Like,
Hard pass.
I know it's that cool little dance move that she did. I'm like, dang, that was smooth. I want to watch it for that.
Hard pass. Is
it that scary? Hey, have you watched it or no?
No, nope. Hard pass. hard pass.
Bro, if this doll came to life, bro, I would flex this thing, bro. It's filled with cotton.
You would not flex.
Bro, I would flex. Like if this thing came to life, I would be afraid to get bit. It's like fighting a chihuahua. You know, like you don't want to get bit, but if you get bit, at least you know where he's at. You can grab him.
I don't want to disagree with you, but I also want to disagree with you and say I think he would kill you very quickly.
Oh, bro. He was sneaky though. That was the thing.
Full respect. Full respect to you, but these things, I would just be like, you got me. And so here's Megan, by the way, another terrifying doll, absolutely haunting, in my opinion. But so hard pass.
I'm gonna watch it, bro. I'll let you know.
It's fine. So let's get into Chucky and Child's Play, right? So here's what I found by digging into the past. This movie and this terrifying doll and this terrifying franchise is actually based on a real story.
That's the scary part.
That's the scary part. And why I teased it by saying, so here's the doll. Let me take the QR code down because again, like I said, full respect. I'll even take, you know what, we're going to take the...
Did they shoot it? Or is that a sponge?
I think it's an old doll. So here's the story. So the doll's name is Robert the Doll. It's from Key West, Florida. And again, I want to make it clear, and I'm not being sarcastic or anything. Respect to Robert the Doll. And I'm not being sarcastic. We see there, Robert is now believed to many to be haunted and is often held responsible for tragedies that befall those who disrespect him. I will never disrespect you, Robert. I want to make that clear. There's no jokes in there. This is, and I'm like I said, I'm superstitious. I am also I never want to poke the hornet's nest, but the story goes, it's a very old story too. That's the doll. And it was, let me go to design and get this story up. All right, here's the story. So basically, there you go. So it's a homage to a real life story. So early 1900s. So the doll, Robert, was gifted to a young boy named also Robert. And so basically Otto, what they said, and Key West is a strange place to begin with, right? Like it's where Hemingway went to drink his face off and write. And it's the southernmost, they have the southernmost point of the entire United States. It's hot. It's gross.
It's where key lime pie comes from.
Key lime pie.
I don't know how true that is.
So I don't know why they came out with key lime pie because I think of coolness when they have key lime pie. They should have been flaming hot Cheeto pie, which should have been their invention. But so basically it's a weird, spooky place anyway. And I think it's one of the oldest cities. I think it's one of the oldest cities in the country as well. Much like
Key West.
yeah, because St. Augustine in Florida as well is the oldest city in the U.S. And if you go to St. Augustine, which is north, you're right around there, dude. You're Atlanta, like you're pretty close there.
Not that close, no, but I'm like North Atlanta, so like it's still a drive.
Yeah, but it's like closer than me.
True.
So all those things, I believe in like spirits and stuff like that, and I think those old cities, there's some crazy stuff that goes on there.
Bad juju.
Bad juju for sure. Whatever you want to call it, energy, you want to call it spirits, whatever it is. I'm not, saying anything about whatever, but basically, again, there's a story. Robert and his doll. Robert pulls up the doll. And so basically, yeah, what happened was there were some mishaps that happened, and whatever you think about this story, this doll left 100+ year lasting impression. So much so that this movie was made 80 years after the, this whole thing started. It was the early 1900s. So this has been a thing that's gone on. And I think now it's still, I was reading, it's still around. They have it, I think maybe in the museum or something like that, but there's still stories that pop up. And this is why I said, Robert, full respect to you. If you're out there, there's stories that pop up. There's stuff still happening now. Like
I want to know what though, because I'm trying to figure out what's the logistics of the doll. Like, if I say something, is he going to catch a flight here and just like, okay, I gotta get Nick, And then think about if I say something that you said something, bro. You know how much that like time that would take for him to get here and then there.
I don't know if it's like, again, and I don't know if it's like come to life or whatever. Like what I was reading was when Otto was alive, if like kids picked on him or something happened, like they would notice in the window of his Key West house, like the facial expressions of the doll would change and things would happen. And what else was I reading? There was like peculiar incidents. So like, it doesn't have to be, that's not like, again, it's not specifically the doll coming and getting you.
I see what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah. Like you walk out in the street and you get hit by a car. There was like things that happened over and over again. And can you call them coincidences? Like, sure. Can you also call it maybe like supernatural guidance? Also, sure. So like I said, I'm going to say it again. Robert, full respect to you. I am not disrespecting you. I never will. And just telling the story and sharing the information. And that is where Child's Play comes from. And obviously the creators took it to new lengths.
It's a cute little baby. Look at that fat baby.
You are the worst. You are the worst. There's nothing cute about this.
Bro,
this
I have
baby.
seen babies that look like that, bro. And they're the cutest thing ever when they cry. Just like that.
Look at that thing, man. That is terrifying.
Yeah. Chucky was like the only scary movie that I was afraid of as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because like even like with Jason and Myers, they just walked all the time. With Chucky, you heard his little feet. And it's like, where is he? And like the kick him. You know what I mean?
Creepy nature of the way he spoke to you and his facial expression. I think that's where they got it from. Like, look, like we always talk about like, well, they put the code back up, by the way. We always talk about like origin stories behind these things. And I'm always fascinated by it. Like as terrifying as this is, and I'll stop being a wimp and whatever.
Right.
Still, Robert, full respect to you. Just again, let you know.
I'm gonna send you $1 in the mail, bro.
Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. I'm like, now, as cool as these shoes are, I'm actually also thinking like, man, I want these shoes in my house. No, I'm kidding. They're so cool though. But basically, like, it's really cool. I think it's what entomology, like the stories and behind these things, and like we talk about like mythos and history and all those things like Superman, Wonder Woman. They all come from certain like tales, right? It's just storytelling reinvented. Like this is the same thing. Like the fact that Chucky is able to, those like incredibly terrifying facial expressions that he makes and the way he talks and all that stuff. Oh, wait, I got some comments coming in. Wait for it to move that way. Oh, you're right, Muncie. You're right, my friend. Like, it's yeah. But yeah, I think like that's where that comes from, like the facial expressions from the early 1900s, those stories and the mythos behind that. And so I'm fascinated by it, but I'm also terrified by it. I'm not gonna lie.
It freaked me out as a kid, bro. I never like.
It should, as it
I
should.
used this for photos, but I never thought that I would like actually have one. That fat baby. Look at that big old fat baby. That's a big fat baby, bro. Look at that fat baby.
Look at that the chin dimple. And
exactly, bro. Look at the nose. Like that's the nose they make when they're like right when they're.
Well, he looks like a serial killer, right? Like he absolutely looks like the definition of a serial killer. Like
bro, if you look at babies, bro, a lot of babies look like serial killers, bro. Like you got to think, like they're like some of them don't have eyebrows, and like and then they make a mean face. They have no teeth. It's spooky. I think that we say it's cute, and it is cute, but could it be possible that scary is cute?
I wonder.
Like I'm more terrified of a fat baby chasing me. Like seriously though, like imagine like a fat baby just like chasing you. Like bro, just like pleasantly plump, but like with that face, bro. I would be terrified, personally.
So here's some. All right, so I love to do like did you know stuff, right? So there's a couple people that have voiced Chucky, and so the original was Brad Dourif. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. But we got a fan favorite and a very accomplished voiceover actor who stepped in later on, because I'm sure, man, like this is like a 40-year-old franchise at this point, right? So
yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to look up if Brad Dourif is still here. I'll pull up his photo.
Yeah, bro, I want to see that, bro.
So here's
I'm
Brad.
Like I like this. I like learning the behind. Really.
So here's Brad Dourif. You know, obviously the original voice of Chucky.
Wait, is that what else did he play in, bro? Because like he looks like he just.
Let's pull him up.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt.
He's been no, please. So Brad Dourif's been around for a while, right? You definitely recognize. Let me pull up a better photo. You recognize him. He's been a lot.
Oh, that's so dope. Oh, he was the actual guy. Like that was actually Charles Lee Ray. Yeah. Okay.
He played the serial killer, and he is clearly again a terrifying human being. Great actor, fantastic, accomplished, talented actor. I mean, this face is the face
of a serial killer, bro.
That haunts you.
Well, not that one. That actually, he looks like a nice guy. He looks like he gardens. So that's not the face.
So I want to give you. So wait. Let's have fun with this. Like, I'll give you 2 guesses on potentially who was one of the later voices of Chucky.
James Earl Jones.
I wish not. But wait. But you are 1 degree of separation away.
Really?
You are so close. What is James Earl Jones' most famous trilogy? I would say not
Star Wars.
Okay.
So is it the dude who played Luke?
There you go.
Let's go, bro.
There you go.
Let's go. Come on.
Mark Hamill, who, by the way, is in an incredibly, for those who don't know, he did Joker. Like he is I
did know that. Yeah.
Borderline. I would say borderline iconic and legendary voiceover actor. Like he is.
So he never really fell off.
No, he
never really fell off, bro.
Yeah, he also wrote a comic book too, which we can get into later on. But he wrote a comic book about like paparazzi and it's called Black Pearl. Actually,
is it good? Is it like, I mean, because Nick Cannon also came out with an album. You know what I mean? It's like if
Nick Cannon,
was it good or no?
I think it was pretty good. It was like a mini series that ran in like the late 90s. But again, him and Kevin Conroy did Batman and Joker. And then Mark Hamill did. I mean, his voice is just Mark Hamill is just he's a talented guy. And so, yeah, I didn't know he did Chucky, so I started to do some research. That really is crazy to think of. And so, really cool. So those guys were the voice of Chucky. Terrifying, crazy. I think Luke's not too terrifying. He just, you got to know it's Luke. But that's kind of cool to know that he took over
He
eventually.
seems proud. Like he looked confident in the role. I support it.
So good. So yeah, I mean, look, if you guys are just joining us, let's put the QR code back up. We are obviously talking about the shoes that launched last week. Oh, those are so dope.
Bro, you know what we should do? We should go live on Friday while I drip this shoe. And if we record that will be the how-to video that people get when they get the drip kit with the shoe.
We have to. That's awesome. Yes. That's why I want to do like almost like a drip kit watch party. Let's do it.
Okay, so let's do that on Friday. We're gonna drip this one. And I'm gonna show you how easy it is. That way you can you'll be able to DIY drip it yourself, DIY. Yeah, there we go. You'll be able to DIY it. And what it does is add like the texture. And I'll show you how to do that too, because like I've seen people do it wrong. And it's about time that I teach a class on, just you want to drip it.
Yeah.
My art teacher in kindergarten, her name was, I can't remember her name, but she was a beloved lady. And she would always say, just a dab would do you. Just a dab would do you. Bro.
It sounds like Scooby-Doo. Just a dab will do you.
Just a dab would do you, right? And it worked. It's just like, I don't need all this glue. I'm just going to dab it. Yeah. And so we're gonna work that method. I'll work on, remember her name, huh?
And anyone who doubts Nick's dripping ability,
just a dab would do you.
Look at these gorgeous. Those are the Freddy's, right? Yeah.
The do-yous.
And then we got some Ghostface.
Look at them do-yous right there.
Really?
That's
a little bit will make a lot of impact, right?
And what I like to do, because even, bro, I just shipped a batch of Voorhees today, and I don't have any more. I got some Myers back there. So okay, boom. Well, this is a bad example because this was early on. This was the first one that I made. But my favorite parts, I used to just drip it on and let it drop. I used to drip and let it drop. We're not going to drip and drop. If you want to drip and drop, you can drip and drop. But we're going to
okay? Everyone to their own prerogative.
Yeah, so I like the little dots. That's what I like. And then sometimes I'll go through and I'll add even smaller dots. And this sounds like hearing it out loud, it sounds silly, but you also need the illustration. I like to show motion with it. So it's did it splash? You know what I mean? It sounds very demonic.
Dude, you sound like think that way. What are those splatter pattern?
Like Dexter?
Yeah.
I know, bro. I wonder if I'm I don't know. Because sometimes I wonder, I was like,
dude, you missed your calling. I mean, I think I support you clearly on your artistry and your talents, but dude, maybe it's time to be you could be a CSI guy.
Get some tight sweaters, bro, and some gloves. Dude. I already got the gloves from customizing shoes, bro. I might just do it. Change my name to Dexter.
What do we got here? Muncie, our boy. Shoes playing with my nostalgia wearing.
If they lit up by it, bro, it would be sweet. But I don't know. I don't know if we've reached that place as adults. We're like, hey, everybody rocks light up shoes. I don't know if I'll fully invest in that just yet. We're almost there though.
Or how about remember Shaq? I used to have a pair of Shaq's pump shoes.
Did it have a light?
No. What if we made them where you pump them and it's like arterial splatter, like blood just splatters out the side.
I've seen someone do that. He made a Dexter shoe and he made it so that the blood dripped in the it was sweet, bro.
Wow, that's insane, dude. So if you guys are just joining us, we've been going over a few things. One, the shoe that dropped last week, code nerd50 for 50 off if you want to pre-order. Hit up that QR code, go over to Nick's site, pick up the shoes. You got one more week. And also on Friday, we're going to go live. And again,
drip them shoes. We're going to dab it do you.
Yeah, again.
Just to dab it do you.
These are, let me show a little photo again. We got to keep, rocking these. These are about as good as it gets. That's a money shot right there. So you got the overalls, you got the good guys. If you guys don't know what it's called, here's the inspiration behind it. Chucky from Child's Play.
Oh, he looks happy, bro. Look at his face, bro. That's a childhood memory right there. And we're just crapping all over it just because the doll looks like a fat little baby.
I'm not crapping on it. I'm respectfully terrified of it. That's the definition for you right there.
Look at that. Look at that top lip, bro. That's a baby lip. That's a baby lip.
I feel like you're antagonizing me right now.
Look
That's
at
what's
that
happening.
cute little baby.
I feel like
for
I
me,
can never. I feel like I can never live with you. I think what would happen is you would play little pranks on me every single day, and I would.
Oh, it's coming, bro.
I would be afraid to go to sleep, and there'd be things that I would just be afraid to do. And I'm just not down. I mean, here's your fat baby.
Fat baby.
It does look like. I mean,
Like
look, if you go behind the original voice behind Chucky, look at that face, and then look at it. Really is kind of dead on.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's him as a baby. I guarantee if they pulled up baby photos of him, go back to that picture of Chucky, him right there. That's what he looked like as a baby.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
Bro, that's adorable.
It's not adorable. There's
bro, that's the face that babies make right before they sneeze.
Whatever. No, it's not. Nothing adorable about it. Yeah. So again, the shoes, that's the pre-order. We went over in short form with full on respect. The inspiration behind Chucky and Child's Play, a true story. Robert the Doll from Key West, and terrifying.
I'm not terrified, bro. It looks like he's made a cork board.
Well, it's a doll. It's 120 years old. Of course, I mean it's probably what were dolls made of back in the early 1900s? I mean, whatever you can get your
board and feathers.
Yeah, I mean whatever natural elements.
I don't know, bro. I would clap that doll, bro. Just to be honest, like that. But I get it though. You know, it feels the.
You are disrespecting Robert, and yeah.
This is not a safe place for Robert. He does not feel safe. No, but but I get it. Okay, you're not saying if a doll were to like say, hey, like just throwing hands. Like, okay, if that happened, kick the doll. Okay, but you're saying the presence around and the juju.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think the world we live in is energy, right? And I think
that's true. Not
getting too deep and too weird and spiritual, religious, whatever. I'm a believer in almost anything, right? Like I have an open mind, whether it's things outside this planet or spirits, whatever. Like I think there's a lot of unexplained stuff, and I think so I'm that's where I go on that.
Do you believe in Old Greg?
Who?
Old Greg.
Who's that?
Oh, bro, you don't know about Old Greg, bro. Okay, from now on, like the next show, like you have to end the show with Old Greg's "Do You Love Me?"
Okay.
Is it possible for you to bring it up if I send you the link?
What?
Type in Old Greg.
Old Greg.
I'm Old Greg. You ever drink Bailey's from a shoe? He just lives like he's covered in barnacles, bro. But I mean, like, I believe in Old Greg. He's out there somewhere, bro.
What is this?
You ever drink Bailey's from a shoe, mother liquor?
Who is that? Like a Dave? It feels like it's a Dave Chappelle skit or something.
It's not Dave Chappelle, bro.
Even the way you're talking, like
that, it sounds like.
I don't think you know Joe Rogan. I smoke rocks.
This ain't the first time I had penis before, Joe Rogan.
I don't think you know Joe Rogan.
Is this the 5 o'clock free cry giveaway? Bro, did you find it?
There you go.
Greg, bro.
Who is Old Greg?
But it's a music video. It's a video.
Of like what?
Exactly, bro. He's out there. He's definitely out there, bro.
I mean, he's a little less terrified than Chucky. I will say that. Hold on, let me pull up.
I don't know. You got to watch Old Greg. Like, it's a bit scary.
Let me pull up your buddy, Old Greg. He's a little less terrifying. He reminds me of
like a seaweed Rick James.
Yeah, but a Rick James from the Chappelle Show. Like, cocaine is a hell of a drug. That kind of a thing. Even though we run a family-friendly program.
This is family-friendly. I'm Old Greg.
You know that if you get the box set of Chappelle, they took out the Rick James episode out of respect because obviously he passed after that came out.
That's awesome that they did that.
It's awesome, but I will say, like, anyone
Yeah,
out
it
there who
sucks.
hasn't seen Chappelle Show and didn't grow, and it's obviously, I think there's some things that maybe they couldn't get away with now. Since we're a pretty very sensitive country right now, so
Yeah.
on all sides. But I mean, it is. I can't think of a more impactful show for the short time it was on that was like must see TV. Also a different era too, right? Because it wasn't streaming. Like now it would be, you'd want to stream it, but it
Oh,
wasn't.
that's true.
You
Yeah.
had to be there at whatever
Really
8,
had to
9
be
o'clock.
there.
Whenever I was in college at the time, but you had to be there. You had to watch it, and it was like
People were tuned in. Yeah. And there hasn't been a show like that in a while.
no, and the
Key and Peele
brilliance
tried it, but that wasn't it.
and the brilliance of it. I mean, yeah, I mean, him leaving and he just couldn't handle the fame. Like that was one of the, yeah, we all lost out on that one because that was, and we lost a lot of people from that show too, right? So Rick James is gone. Charlie Murphy passed a couple of years ago.
Prince.
Who else?
Prince.
Oh wow, I forgot about Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Was he actually on that, or was
He wasn't? No, that was Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, man, talk about. I mean,
some
since we're talking about like spiritual stuff, like talk about a show that was kind of cursed. Like, we lost a lot of people from that show. Like,
yeah. But Dave Chappelle.
I remember Charlie Murphy passed, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago. And I remember when it happened, and a lot of people didn't know who he was, except for Eddie Murphy's brother. And I
didn't know. Yeah, I didn't like when I first saw Charlie Murphy. I knew he looked just like Eddie Murphy, but I didn't know Eddie Murphy had a brother. So I'm one of those people.
They have a very different look to it. Like I would say, I gotta be careful with what I say, but I would say Charlie Murphy was like in my opinion, the DMX version of Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had Eddie Murphy was the polished mainstream popcorn. I mean, not his stand-up, right? His stand-up was like in your face, not family, not safe for work, like hilarious. But then the movies like, Beverly Hills Cop and The Nutty Professor, and like he was the mainstream, he was the money-making mainstream guy. And Charlie Murphy was, and I'm sure a part of it was an act because they were brothers, like was, he played this hardcore, also very funny, but like the way he the delivery was very DMX like in your face, intimidating.
What else was
funny.
he on? Like other than the Chappelle Show?
What else was he on? Let me see. This is a very good question. Then we can wrap. But I love stuff like this. Charlie Murphy, man. 2017 was when we lost him. Yeah, and I will say this, like for those who don't know, I mean, you're right though. Wow. Like, hold on. Like, I never realized. I guess when they were separate, I never saw the huge resemblance. But my Lord, look at this. Hold on. It literally is like twins. This is bonkers. Look at this photo. Wow.
Yeah, bro, you never caught that, bro?
Well, I mean, there's always a resemblance, but you never see the because they had such different personalities. Like their delivery on camera was so different. Eddie Murphy was so, even when he was raunchy and doing what's his famous Raw, right? Eddie Murphy Raw, right? Even when he did Raw, there was still even the voices, like Charlie Murphy had a much deeper voice. He had a much, that's why I said the DMX kind of thing. He had a very gravelly kind of voice. That's the best way to explain it. Like he had it was a different delivery. And then you have Eddie Murphy, who is this main, he's got just the cadence and the delivery was so different. But when you see him side by side, you're like taken aback by the spitting image.
Yeah. They definitely had the same daddy or whatever it was, bro. Because them genes are strong. They got some strong genes, bro. Them Murphy genes right there.
Yeah,
that's Murphy genes.
Yeah. What was I saying? So he died in 2017. He was, what else was he in? What a loss, man. He was hilarious. And you think he died of cancer? Am I right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. He was in a couple of his brother's stuff. He was in Dave Chappelle. He was in Coming to America as like I guess he was like a crew, and he was in Norbit. That's a very forgetful.
Was he in Norbit?
He was in.
he
He was the voice of Floyd the dog in Norbit. He was a taxi driver at night at the museum. I've actually never seen those films, so I didn't know he was in Power. That's the show that's
I didn't know that.
Vaguely new. What else was he in? Are We There Yet? The TV show Moving Day with Cedric the Entertainer, The Cookout, Boondocks. That's another show I have not gotten into.
Who was he on Boondocks?
He was Ed Wonkler the third.
Okay,
He was in 10 episodes.
Yeah, I never actually watched Boondocks.
I heard it's great. I need to see that as well.
Watch it, bro. Yeah.
So he was in a lot, man. He really was like a working actor. Yeah.
Charlie Murphy. What the five fingers say to the face?
What slap. Slap.
It was a smack or a slap?
I think it was it smack? I don't know.
I don't know. I know he smacked him though.
It's like another child's play, but listen, we need a nod to small soldiers. I need some diversity in my killer.
Oh, Small Soldiers, bro.
Muncie, man.
Bro.
He's the best. He's a fan of the horror. It's great. So let me get the code back up. All right, so
$50 off.
Yeah. If you haven't done it now, scan the code. Go pick up the shoes. $50 off. They're $300. They're gonna be $250 with the code. Any final words, my friend, before we sign off? I think this is a nice, tight, fun episode.
The final words will be, look at that fat little baby. It's a fat baby, bro. Look at that chin dimple. That's a chin dimple.
Hold on. I'll pull it up. Hold on.
That fat baby. Who the fat baby?
It's so terrifying.
Who the fat baby? His name is Chucky. Chucky, the fat baby, bro. But yeah, no, that's it, bro. So yeah, go ahead, cop. The code will be good until 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And after that, tomorrow, that's when we're going to launch on network. And we are good, bro.
Yeah. Hey, everyone out there, thank you for joining us. Muncie, you have been a delight, my friend. And everyone else that joined us. Yeah, scan the code, go check it out. Nerd50, $50 off. And yeah, go enjoy. I don't know what I can say, can't say with the strike going on. I feel like this movie's so old and it's relating to shoes. So I think we're safe there.
Somebody go check on Ricky Lake. All right. If you haven't heard on her in a while, like think about that, bro. Like no one is.
I think she's doing okay.
Check in on Ricky Lake. Like just go check in on her IG, Facebook, and just let her know you still care. Because Ricky Lake, bro, talk about an impact on a generation.
Oh yeah, a whole wave of talk show hosts. I don't know how you came to Ricky Lake, but
bro,
you're correct.
To that end, we're going on that note. We're going to end with the Ricky Lake theme song.
Okay. All right, for the absolute most bizarre, weirdest episode we've ever hosted. Thank you guys very much, and that's a wrap.
Check in on Ricky.